Hello there, it is Pete over at the Sampleist, and today we are checking out Ostinato Textures by Heavyocity. Heavyocity are back once again to make our composing lives easier in the guise of Ostinato Textures. Focusing on solo violin, viola and cello ostinato, Ostinato Textures combines organic strings with cutting-edge sound design. For both natural and hybrid scoring, Ostinato Textures is a toolkit which not only sounds wonderful, but is a huge time saver too by breathing instant life into your compositions. Ostinato Textures downloads at 6.45 gigabytes and it runs in the free Contact Player and is also NCAS compatible. It's currently on intro sale for $119, with owners of Novo, Forzo, Vento or Symphonic Destruction getting an extra $20 cross-grade discount. In this video, we're going to check out the sounds and the functionality of Ostinato Textures, and then of course I've thrown it into a composition challenge. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Heavyocity for sending over a copy of Ostinato Textures. While we do get the instruments for free, it doesn't in any way influence our thoughts, ideas or judgments. We are just working composers giving you our insights. And of course, if you're not done so already, please do hit the subscribe button. With all that said and done, on with the video. Here we go, we have Ostinato Textures from Heavyocity loaded up in the free Native Instruments Contact Player 8. Absolutely fantastic. Now, this uses the Novo engine. It's officially Novo Pack 5. So if you've got the full Novo instrument or the extra auxiliary libraries that come with it, or you can buy for it, then you'll be right at home. Now, of course, this is an ostinato library. If I play a chord, everything is meticulously tempo synced, but of course I'm playing without a click, so there might be occasion where some of the ostinato notes don't quite blend or it sounds a little bit out of time, but that is nothing to do with the library. The library is fantastic. I spent hours working with it and yes, absolutely love it. Now, what we're going to do is talk about the way the library works and the way it's laid out. So if I go to all banks, and we can see we've got violin, ostinato textures, viola and cello. So if I click just violin, we have complex, simple and triplet. And then we've got the same for viola and cello. And then in ostinato texture designer, we got full ensemble, complex, simple, triplet and full ensemble combos. So I'm going to play through those a little bit later, but you can see here these all have different names, different presets, different created ensembles. And then we've got the more sound design patches. So we've got the hybrid, and we also have section combos as well, which is split up into cello, viola, and violin. Marvelous. So let's just talk about the violin ostinato textures. Now I've loaded up violin ostinato full mix. So I'm just going to put that back. And the way it works, hold down a chord. The mod wheel controls dynamics, and you've got key switches at the top where you can play a different rhythm. You get the idea, okay? And then, of course, you can see the different articulations will play, will change at the top as well. So if I just go for violin complex, so this is the full mix. And of course, play a different rhythm. And of course, I'm trying my best to play these completely in time. Let's just hear a triplet. We'll hear the wet mix for this. It's very bendy, I like that. Yeah, absolutely wonderful. So that's the violins. If I go for viola, we go for a close mix of the complex. Love a little bit of dissonance. Yeah, the key switching is really, really responsive as well. Let's go for a default simple. I'm going to play a little bit lower so we can hear the low register of the viola. Yeah, very, very cool stuff. Let's play the triplet. I'll go full mix. I like it, the sort of bendy strings. That's cool. There's a lot of different articulations, by the way, in this. Brilliant. Okay, and then we've got the cello. Let's start with simple, do full mix. Yeah, so the dynamics are all the way up there. If I just sort of blend it in a bit. It's very filmic. Very film score. Love it. The sampling is absolutely fantastic, by the way. As it always is. So let's go for some close triplets. Just going to get to a key switch there. Okay, so you can see that I've got a little bit out of time. Let's just that builds tension really nicely. Yeah, so we get the idea. These are all very organic. They sound great. You can throw in into the empty slots different articulations. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. And obviously play around the different controls, so envelope EQ filter, play around the dynamics, and there's lots of different effects you can use as well. So it's always fun playing with the GUI. Obviously, I always say in these videos, we have time to explore the instrument and compose, but as for creating your own patches, just get in there and have a play around. It's great. So if we go into the Ostinato Texture Designer. Now, full ensemble, as it may sound like. There we go. I couldn't find my words there. It's a full cello, viola, and violin. So if I go for the mix setting, and this is decaying trems. Now there's no key switches here, but everything is set by different ranges. So down the bottom, you can hear a cello. Okay, so obviously as you go up the MIDI controller, you're going to hear different instruments from the ensemble. Yeah, so I'm going to keep stressing throughout this video, when you're working with this in the DAW and you can program everything and it's precise, there is nothing out of time, which you'll hear in the demo that I've made. So let's go for a remix of the Flautando 16ths. Absolutely lovely. And let's do Rising Gallops. This will be the last one. Let's do a hall mix. Absolutely beautiful. So obviously we've got complex, simple and triplet versions of those. If we go into combos, you can load up different sort of pre-curated combos for us. And that's an instant arrangement. I'm just holding down 4 chords there. Brilliant. Let's just play one more. And these are straights and triplet as well. Absolutely fantastic. And then we go on to the hybrid and section combos. So if you just look at section combos, because these are more organic still. And again, you can change and create your own ostinato. And I could add a viola and then add a violin here. So you can build your own presets this way. You can do it by mic position, obviously by instrument, and then you've got the different types of ostinato. And then of course you can adjust the range and the key map as well of each section. If you unlink them. So I'd probably put the cellos right at the top. Maybe. Well, I don't know. Yeah, so I put the violins at the top. It's all color coded, but I was just double checking. And yeah, this is a really, really great approach. But of course, we've got a lot of these. We've got 15 presets. And then we've got the hybrid. So, of course, Heavyocity are renowned for their sound design, and their sound design is absolutely incredible. So if we start off with Blooming Stars, and I just need to get back to the main page. Yeah, just double checking I had it loaded there. So hold down a single note. Then I built that into an E minor chord, and it sounds amazing. Let's go for cloud rhythms. Absolutely brilliant. Then we've got these arpeggios. So if I go Dream Sweeps. There we go. I didn't actually load it. So, yeah. Let's just play. So move around some arpeggios. Haunting Tides. I love the naming system because depending on the style of music you're going to be writing is going to help you. That's incredibly modern film score. Let's do Push, Pull, Pulse. Yeah, and I'll do one more, Silver Skies. Absolutely beautiful. There we go. Upon first impressions, and bear in mind I have spent several hours, and I have composed it already. I get when I'm doing this walkthrough, it is quite difficult to have everything as razor sharp as it is, but we're going to go to the composition in a moment, and you can hear how everything really, really slots together. Now, of course, I've just used Heavyocity in this composition, and there's lots of different elements going on, different instruments, but all of the string shorts and the ostinato and the textures all come from Ostinato Textures. Everything else, I'm sure you can pick them out, but I use a lot of Heavyocity instruments, and I think it's really important to hear how these, because they're tempo synced, fit in with other instruments as well. And I can tell you now that they lock so perfectly well. So yeah, first impressions, you got organic and you got hybrid strings, and they sound amazing. And of course, when you compose with them, they just work. So let's let the composition do the talking, and then we're going to go with my closing thoughts. Here we go, it is closing thoughts time, and we're talking about Ostinato Textures from Heavyocity. I really do love using Heavyocity products. We've got lots of different videos on various different libraries since our channel started, and one thing that always grabs me is the usability factor. Every single patch is usable, it's got its place. Sound design can be a very, very difficult thing, and you can create some very interesting sounds, but they're not necessarily going to fit together in a musical composition. However, Ostinato Textures especially, when you layer up different textures, different rhythms, different instruments, it all fits together like an incredibly well-crafted jigsaw. It's incredible. And then you start adding other Heavyocity instruments to the mix, and again, everything fits together. It's brilliant. I love the sampling. I love using the Novo engine as well. So if you've been used to using that for years, you could be right at home with this. The sound design is incredible. It's just another really high quality Heavyocity product. Now, would I use this in my compositions? My goodness, yes. This is so quick to create movement in your compositions. However, it also gives you inspiration, because they're not just, you know, sort of motorized ostinatos. The movement, the sound design, the thought that's gone into programming all of these, there is so much variety throughout this library. It's going to keep you going for ages. For $119, I just think it is an absolute bargain. $99 if you have the cross-grade instruments in your account already. It's really, really wonderful. And of course, you can use it in conjunction with orchestras, you can use it for crime music, tension music, you can use it for electronic music. The possibilities are absolutely endless. So yeah, it is a huge recommendation from me. It's another fantastic Heavyocity instrument. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Heavyocity for sending over a copy of Ostinato Textures so we could make this video. If you like what you heard, feel free to leave a like on the video, and of course drop us a comment. What do you think about Ostinato Textures? It's only been out for a couple of days, so maybe you've already picked it up. What are your initial thoughts? Have you been using it? How have you been using it? Let's get a chat going. And of course, if you're not done so, please check out our other videos on YouTube. We have well over 550 now, and we're just loving making these videos, and the best way you can support us is by hitting that subscribe button. So there it is, it's just appeared on your screen. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Until next time, have a great day and keep making that beautiful music. Take care.